Hello everyone. It's a little late in the evening here, but it's the only time I had to come out and play in my studio. I am going to give this sweet baby Daphne another flesh wash. She is, I think, plenty dark enough. Unfortunately, I think that the red, the modeling, is a little too strong. So I think what I'm going to do is just give her one more flesh wash just to kind of tone that down just a little bit. And I'm just making a little something here. And I always practice on the back of the head. I will show you the other babies that I'm working on. This has just been crazy. The last couple of days have been just so busy. I'm not getting much time out here in the studio. I don't do custom, so I'm not on anybody's timetable really, unless I get like an order from a production company or something like that. I'm making something for our prop house, for a play. It doesn't happen all that frequently, so I'm fine with it. When it does happen, it's usually exciting anyway. So I was working on Bryson, and I decided to go darker skin tones with him, and I'm very happy. I don't want to go darker than this. He looks a little bit orangey to me, so I might give him one last wash and just kind of, you know, pull all these colors together. Here's Harper. This baby turned out great. I was not expecting that. I really love the way he looks. He turned out really pretty. I think I'm gonna start doing his hair. And if I need to do any touch-ups, I can do that when I bake his hair. And I will definitely, when I'm doing his hair, give him another round of blushing on his lips. Did not expect to go this dark on her, but I did, and she's turning out okay. Here is a spot here that I am not happy with, so I'm gonna work on that. I'm just gonna do her head and do this one spot. For some reason, it is not taking paint. So I'm going to do another varnish on her, just on this spot, and then I'm going to tap it with a little bit of brown and bake it and see. This is going to be covered with hair, so it really doesn't matter, but it's driving me crazy. I know it's there and it's bothering me, so I'm going to take care of that. Her lips turned out really great. I think this part of her face is nice, but she is a little bit patchy in my opinion. But I think she's turning out cute. We'll see. I'm gonna do some nice hair on her. Okay, she has some texture here that I'm gonna turn into two little beauty marks. And this little spot here on her cheek seemed to work its way out. It's hard to go wrong with this baby. This is Felicity. So I was making her and I was goofing off and just having a little bit of fun. And I thought, oh no, she's a new real born. She's turning out so cute. Don't do something different. She's fine the way she is. And I thought for a minute, and I said, no, they'll make more. If I want to make another one, I can make another one. But if I feel like doing something, I'm going to do it. I have made 2 haunted circus babies, and both of them were very well received, and I have had a lot of requests. And sometimes when I read that stuff, I think, oh, they're just being nice. So I decided to make another one using this sculpt, since I was out here and in a playful mood. So I did another haunted circus baby. Look at those lips. Oh my goodness, they're so precious. Face. And I haven't decided whether I'm going to give her black hair or pink hair. I just gotta go with the flow. We'll see how I feel once it's hair painting time, and it's almost hair painting time. I just redid my son's room. I talked about it a while back. The room he has now used to be my daughter's, and after my daughter died, I took that as my room, and I kept everything the way she had it because it was really cute. I really liked it, and it was comforting. And when I had my son, I brought him home to that room, and that was our co-sleeping room, and where I nursed him and we slept. And I spent my pregnancy in that room. And I ended up giving him that room as his playroom, you know, and he has his little bunk bed in there and stuff. But a while back, I just felt like it really wasn't his. And so I wanted him to own his space. So we looked on Pinterest, and he, you know, picked out some colors he liked. And he really liked those where people put up the painter's tape and you paint around the tape and you peel it off. And it's got all this geometric craziness, and he kept coming back to that. I noticed that his favorite time of the day is when the sun is going down. and you see all of that gradient and color. So I told him, why don't you pick out some colors and I will make that happen with the wall. So I did that, and I didn't want to take down my daughter's wallpaper, and I started to get a little anxiety. So I thought to myself, I want to leave that wallpaper intact. And in the places where I had peeled it off, I wrote her a little letter on the wall. And I left the rest of the wallpaper on, and I went and got beater board, and we just redid the wall in white, kind of like wainscoting, but the whole wall. And then the wall farthest away with the window is only half beater board, and then I did the tape and the paint. And I did a light pale blue, and then I went darker and darker and darker like the night sky until it got very dark blue up at the top. Then he has this round table, and then you can it has a leaf that comes up and it turns into a much larger table. Happy with it. I was trying to think of something to do that would make it nicer. And I got this idea, and I know it sounds crazy, but I got a bunch of different colors of duct tape, and I put the duct tape on the table in a nice pattern. I did like aqua blue, yellow, baby blue, 2 other colors. And we just did these random stripes. And it looked so cute. It was just kind of wild looking. And so when we fixed up his room, he wanted to keep that table, but it didn't match anymore because we turned his room into all kinds of blues and grays. So we ended up peeling off all of that old, is that black? Yes, it is. All of that old tape, bought new tape, and we did blues, a teal, and silver. And I let him create the pattern. We're all done, and he is just over the moon. I mean, you know, he's just so happy. He says, I love my room, but he still doesn't want to sleep in there by himself, so that's okay. He'll move to his room when he's ready. I'm not too concerned about it. And I'm also starting on a project for the city that I live in. We're doing a community art project, and I have to get my prototype in this week, so I've been working on that slowly. Now I'm just going to kind of feather that out a little bit. I just got some more limbs in today. I got the alternative bodies in. I've got the first 3 babies I already designed that I'm going to be doing. Just trying to make that look like it's not just white to skin. A little bit. That's a little bit more bright than I want it to be, but I still have another flesh layer to go, so I'll probably cover up those lips with a flesh layer. Tidying up a little bit. Doing some details. I think this baby's ready to rock and roll for hair. A friend of mine owns a salon, and she was really excited to get it back open, and she is a mom, so staying safe is really important to her, and she knows it's important to other people. And her salon is, you know, a 1-chair salon. It's just her. She doesn't have anybody else there. She wears all the hats there, so the person there is her, and she schedules her appointments so that in between she has time to sanitize everything and get ready for the next person, and she washes up. She has a different cape for everyone, and she only uses it once. She's got a separate one for every single person. She's washing everything. She's, you know, sterilizing everything, her scissors. I mean, she's doing everything she can so that people will feel safe coming to her salon. And so I wanted to support her, and I needed a haircut, and I needed to see her because I haven't seen her in months and months and months and months and months. I scheduled an appointment, and she's, you know, got a mask and her gloves and everything sanitized, and she has a fan running, and lots of everything's like it should be. It's supposed to be. So I felt comfortable. I will admit I had a little bit of anxiety right before my appointment. I thought, I wonder if this is the right thing to do. But I think it was just doing something that was self-care and also connecting with someone I really care about. I think that was the main thing. So it turned out really great. We had a nice time. I made the appointment just for like a hair trim because I grew out my shaved head, and so my hair was in all different kinds of lengths and it was scary looking. I'd given myself a homemade haircut at one point, and so it was really, really nice for someone to, she was just going to clean it up for me, and that's all we intended on doing. Well, it was the last appointment of the day, so I just kind of ended up hanging out a bit. And she said, let me color your hair. You've got some gray roots here that are just driving me crazy. I said, no, you don't have to do that. I didn't schedule that. And she said, nope, you're not leaving until I do. I'm not sending you home looking like that. And so she went ahead and gave me a little color, and we hung out and chatted, and it was really nice. I felt like a human being. I haven't felt like a human being in a long time. I know that sounds dramatic, but I've been primarily in lockdown since last March, and I know everybody has. And if I got to do this for 5 years to keep myself and other people safe and not dying, I would do it in a heartbeat. And it's just, if that's what I got to do, that's what I got to do. It was really nice. I probably won't do it again for another 6 months. My son, oh my gosh. You know, he turned 21 this year. This was the year that he got to do all those grown-up exciting things. He's not much of a partier kind of boy, you know. He doesn't want to go to Vegas and, you know, go on a binger or anything like that. But I think him and his friends, you know, they wanted to do that rite of passage thing, you know, where they go out and they order a drink and they get carded and they get to show their ID and say, yep, you know, I'm a grown-up, I can make these decisions now, and you know, that whole thing. We all did, I guess. But he still has not been able to do that. And instead he's just stuck home every single day. Every day. I'm surprised he has not lost his mind. I don't know how he's doing it. But I'm a mom, I'm used to being isolated, you know, and I work from home. I'm used to working from home. But he's young, and these are like the best years of his life. And they're stuck here. He has a bunch of friends who are, you know, in college, and they're doing online school. He has a few friends that actually went to college, and they're on campus, and their parents are paying for them to be on campus, but they're mostly just doing online classes from their student housing. That's where I'm at. I'm just going to go ahead and let him sit for a minute. He was ready to go into the oven, but he just looked a little too two-dimensional. I needed to spice him up a little bit. So I'm just flooding her ears with a brown. That pink is just so pink and so vibrant. It doesn't even look close to realistic. It's not much of a change, just a little bit. Grab a fluffy brush. And just do the creases of her eyes here. And I'll just pat that out. There she is. I baked both sides. The thing with darker skin tones is that this is laying up against the blanket, and this will cook really nicely, and then this won't cure as well, and then you'll have all these little blotchy bits. Do a tiny bit of blushing. In those creases, some of that faded out when I was baking the baby. And just tidying up around fingertips. And it's kind of wet and shiny, but looks okay. Hey everyone, I am out in my studio, kind of late, and I just wanted to make a quick video because I haven't been videoing this process as much as I hoped to, just because it's been so wildly busy here lately. All of the babies that I made last time have sold, and I'm trying to get the last 3 packed up tonight and off to their homes. And while I'm doing that, I'm trying to get the other babies' work done. Let me show you the babies real quick where they're at, and then I'll show you what I'm doing. So here is our little clown baby. I just finished her hair and I just sealed it up. And then I'm gonna root some black hair on top. And this baby has a little glitter. This baby's all done. Oh my gosh, I just love the way this baby turned out. And this baby just got a nice violet wash. I think it's pretty. That baby's done. She's very pale and she's gonna stay super pale. But I'm gonna bake her just like she is. And then when she's done, I'm gonna give her just one more kind of maybe, I think probably a raw umber wash. And then that baby will be ready for hair. And this baby is still bald, but this baby's ready for hair. That's gonna be a fair baby also. And last one, this little guy, he's getting there. He needs a couple more washes and then he'll be ready for hair. And Joanna is all done. And I think she turned out really pretty. I'm not going to root her because the person I'm sending her doesn't really want rooted hair. I really want to though, because I don't know, I think it'll give her more volume. I kind of want to do it. You know, if somebody doesn't like mohair because it's a lot of work, or maybe they're allergic, or they don't like the texture, you know, you have to respect that. I don't do customs, but I am making this baby for a friend. Her lips are still drying. I think they turned out super cute. And she has a little beauty mark right there. And then I will just keep painting. Kind of in a hurry to get this baby off because I'm shipping 3 babies today, and I don't want to make another trip to the post office. So I thought if I can hurry up and get her done, I can get her going home too, and that's one trip. I need to go get myself to bed soon. All right, everybody, have a good night.